Now, we are a young and developing democracy still, and the government of national unity also gives rise to a number of challenges that we have to deal with. But this moment has also given all of us as South Africans.
He wants to blame being a young democracy on his minister not being able to pass a budget. Hey, being a young democracy is the reason why Enoch can't pass a budget in South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, how did we get here, man? Ladies and gents, Ramaphosa, instead of dealing with his ministers when they become completely incompetent, he protects them, just like the current Minister of Finance, Enoch. This guy has been given 2 chances to pass a budget that doesn't include skyrocketing our value-added tax. He's failed to do that. They say we have over 70 billion rand of shortfall in the budget and they need to compensate for it. Have you seen the amount of money that goes into our basic education department? So much money for these 30% students, and there's no results for it. It is ridiculous. Why don't they take money from there? Already we are paying a lot of taxes in this country, ladies and gentlemen. It is bad. It is horrible. Life is bad. There's no jobs. Yesterday we were celebrating Workers' Day, but a lot of people, a lot of youth are without jobs. That is how crazy the situation is in South Africa. And if you're a young person with at least a job, a young job, you know, it is almost impossible to start a family, to have a car, and to buy a house. Completely impossible. Completely impossible unless, you know, you work hard in your education and you have so much patience with businesses you start. Unless you do all of those things, if you're just ordinary in South Africa, life is hard, bro. It is difficult to move. We have this cupcake here, not dealing with his ministers, cutting on the budget and creating jobs for South Africans. I mean, the budget is horrible as we speak. Listen to his protection of Godogwan, ladies and gentlemen. Pathetic.
Well, the Minister of Finance yesterday said it was a mess in the way that the whole process of VAT evolved and finally the turnaround on VAT. Now, we are a young and developing democracy still, and the government of national unity also gives rise to a number of challenges that we have to deal with. But this moment has also given all of us as South Africans.
He wants to blame being a young democracy on his minister not being able to pass a budget. Hey, being a young democracy is the reason why Enoch can't pass a budget in South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, how did we get here, man? It's this thing of voting in vegetables. Instead of growing vegetables, there it is. It's president and his minions as ministers in there. I'm telling you right now, man, it's a difficult situation that we are in. I'm glad that the DA and the EFF, I'm not even a stan of the DA or the EFF like that, but I'm glad that those parties went to court and interdicted the VAT. I am glad they did that because life was going to get crazy in South Africa. Wages and salaries are not going up, but the cost of living is going up day in and day out. It's ridiculous, bro. He wants to say we are a young democracy. That's why his minister couldn't pass a budget.
To be able to interface with the budget, because more than anything else, it is the budget rather than the VAT issue. We need to look at how the budget, one, is constructed, what it aims to do and achieve. So South Africans now have been commenting on the money issues.
Bro, is it just me or politicians who speak like this bore the balls out of me, bro? Like, they bore me. Already I know he's lying. His energy is bad. Low energy person. Right now, bro, we live during the times where presidents must be like Javier Milei. Do you know Javier Milei of Argentina? Do you know Donald Trump of the United States? Ladies and gentlemen, these are the types of people that we need. This guy is gonna speak a lot of English here. Work together. Already he's lying, bro.
On the budget, that in my view is the maturing of our democracy. In the past, it just used to be a one-way type of process. Now, the budget process is now being opened up for institutions, political parties, as well as ordinary people.
And what Ramaphosa is making clear in this video is that by saying that in the past things will just flow, they will do them, implement them. It means that if it was just the ANC still in power without the GNU, the cost of living would have arisen for South Africa. South Africans would be breathing through the wound from yesterday of the 1st of May 2025. We would be breathing through the wound because everything would be super expensive. It would be so expensive to buy things that we could previously easily afford. Of course, the cost of living always goes up in South Africa, but it's like it was going to get worse. That's what he's telling us. These people do not care about us, bro. They don't give a piss about South Africans. They only care about themselves, really. As long as they are in power and they are able to connect their politically connected friends and make deals that benefit them and their families. Us, bro, they don't care about us, these people. And it makes me wonder, why are people still voting for this party in 2025? It's 2025, bro. It hurts my soul when I see a young person wearing an ANC t-shirt and voting for these people who have clearly stole their future and are in a quest to steal more future from us. It's like, it's crazy, bro.
To comment, so we've drawn a lot of lessons from all this. And because we are drawing a lot of lessons from all this, this is something that we need to take on board, and it doesn't lead to a Minister of Finance resigning or stepping down. No.
Where does it result to? Where does it go? So you're going to keep him. That's what he's telling us, that our tax rents are going to pay for a minister who's not able to take South Africans into consideration while drawing up a budget and who's just dragging his feet. We live with a fiscal... In fact, we are currently in 2025 living without a fiscal framework. We have no fiscal framework to reference when doing things right now. So it means a lot of the money that's supposed to be flowing within government to ensure that services in South Africa are running, that process is not happening because we currently do not have a budget. It's today is what, 2nd of May 2025. There's no budget. And he's saying he's going to keep that guy in there. He's going to keep that minister in there. These are the clowns that we have, ladies and gentlemen, in our government. Why are we so complacent as South Africans? Keep on voting these people. And we must be, understanding just because they are black, they are our brothers and sisters, skin color. Me, I say garbage. Miss me on that skin color BS. If somebody is horrible as an Indian, a white, a black, they are just horrible. There's nothing I can say. Our black government is horrible. Our black government, it's just pure, simple like that. It is horrible. There's no way around it. There's no politically correct way to say it. Yes, paint me as somebody that hates black people, but these people have really destroyed this country. They cannot even fire people who are not able to pass a simple budget that takes into consideration an average South African. They can't do it.
It should be on all of us to say, what lessons are we learning from this? And what is it that we can do, that we can strengthen, learn from the budgetary process? Now, this happens in many other more developed countries.
Why? So it's just not us. It's everybody in the world has these problems. And you see, man, come on. Come on, bro.
Like economies and democracies.
No responsibility, no accountability, no nothing with these people. I'm laughing because my heart is broken. What can I do? Cry? I can't. What the
Now,
hell?
this moment
Man.
has now come to us. Next year's budget is going to be a process
Bro,
where
he's even laughing at us too. He doesn't care. He doesn't give a piss. What the hell?
South Africans, I would say many of them,
Man.
will now inform
He's
themselves
laughing at us. We are
about
clowns to these people, bro. We are the clowns, I'm telling you, man. Ramaphosa being president, I'm sure it's his 17th stream of income. It's just a side hustle or something like that. This guy doesn't take us serious, man. He's laughing. He says, we have to learn. Next year, things will be proper. South Africa, how did we get here, bro?
the various components of the budget and what they aim to achieve and how expenditure is going to be.
Now I want to know, they can't increase VAT. Why, Cupcake, if you ever see my videos, why are you throwing tantrums by giving us load shedding? You lost the VAT battle and now you want to give us load shedding. Why, bro? Look at this guy, bro. Why do we keep trusting people like this, bro? Look at this guy. You can tell this guy is lying. He's cooking a story. He's just lying. But he's our president. Come on, guys.
Deployed. And the revenue part of the budget, where does the money come from? So a combination of all this is exactly
Comes from our taxes, we know.
what we are learning and what we have learned from this. So there is a silver lining, much as it has been a major hiccup, a major problem, but it's a problem that has its own solutions. And on the 21st, we are going to solve this problem and then move on. So nothing is really broken. We are going to resolve this problem as we move on.
Come on, bro. Come on. He's just protecting that guy. That guy is very incompetent as well. They do not care about South Africans. They do not care about the plight of South Africans, really. Ladies and gentlemen, we need a new government in there. We need, I don't know, a creative way to get independence to be president, because only if we can solve the problem of constituency. Independence have a problem of gathering constituency and convincing a lot of people to vote for them. It is actually very difficult. We need that in South Africa, where independents who break away from the traditional party system of being a member of a political party and being elected from within the party, and then you can go into government. It's like, that's crazy. We need people we elect directly, individuals we elect directly without the party structure. But the problem is constituency. How do we solve the problem of constituency? It's crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like this video, please hit the sub button, hit the like button, open your notifications so that you are notified every time we upload a new video. This is going to be the motto of the channel. Instead of voting in vegetables, please let us learn how to grow them. Ladies and gentlemen, your boys are there.